So I'm here in Queens Road East, and just there's the Hopewell Centre over there, and then here's Wu Chung House. Wu Chung House was built early 90s, and here we've got a species of tree that actually is not on the list, but it's quite a good street tree. That's Chukrasia tabularis. Chukrasia tabularis. I'm showing you those despite the fact they're not on the list because they probably date from about 1995, so they're probably 25 years old now. That would have been roughly when Wu Chung House was opened. Of course, I don't know the exact date. Anyway, here we've got, so you've got some pretty good street trees there. You know, they've lasted quite well in the footpath. They've done quite well at Chukrasia. Over here, what have we got behind the bus? We got, anyway, this lovely old post office that was mercifully saved despite Gordon Wu's efforts to destroy it. And so that was saved in the 1990s. But I think built in the 1860s, something like that. Right next door to it, right next to it, we've got this wonderful Mangifera indica. Look at that beauty. Mangifera indica, mango tree there. I don't know exactly how old the tree is. Certainly, almost certainly pre-Second World War. I'm probably not quite as old as the building, I'm guess. I don't know exactly, but it must be, you know, 70 years old, something like that, if not more. And here we've got Aleurites moluccana, looking rather grand there. So, you know, these trees have all been doing pretty well, all by themselves in the ground, and are providing tremendous greening impact. Right, and over this side of the road here we've got the Hotel Indigo, right, and just here we've got a couple of Cinnamomum and camphora. Now these were planted I think about 5 years ago, possibly a bit more. 5 years ago. They're doing okay. Look, they're doing quite well. In the tree grills will soon, if they continue to grow well, will soon be too small, you know, as the trunks expand. But anyway, you know, they're looking quite nice at the moment. Cinnamomum and camphora. So that's why I'm a big fan of trees, right? Over here we've got quite an interesting example of vertical greening. Now, I was telling you about the hazards of using these kind of vertical greening systems, and here's a good example, you know, where you can see that the plants have been planted into those panels, right? Sort of maybe like 600 square panels, which have been fixed onto a kind of framework on the wall there. And this is what happens when the irrigation system doesn't work. And it's not usually an if it doesn't work, it's usually at some stage a when it doesn't work, right? And you can see that most of the plants have died off. The only thing that's really looking any good is a variety of Mangifera arboricola, which is a testament to how strong that plant is, right? All of the others is looking really naff down here. I mean, when it was installed a few years ago, they looked great, right? They look really, really good. But I just want to emphasize that unless you've got the irrigation, unless you've got the client, you know, you just can't rely on the technology so much. In fact, we've got some people here actually replanting, and it looks like they're replanting, yes, with Mangifera arboricola. I'm not quite sure how well this replanting is going to go. If they're not watered, they're not going to last very well either. So, these vertical greening systems are interesting, and they are certainly worth doing, but only if you've got the investment to make sure that the irrigation system is working, and sometimes the whole thing just has to be replaced. So whereas the trees need very little maintenance. They need a little bit of pruning, you know, so that the branches don't get in the way of people and don't stick out in the middle of the road and that. But this is why the priority in the greening master plan, for example, was very much canopy trees, if you can possibly get them in, if there's space for them.